There's something effortlessly graceful about a midi skirt. It's modest, timeless, and versatile, qualities that many women over 55 deeply appreciate. But here's the honest truth. Not all midi skirts flatter us equally, and sometimes the way we wear them can quietly add years to our appearance. You may have bought a beautiful skirt. The color is lovely, the fabric feels luxurious. Yet when you put it on, something just doesn't look right. The mirror doesn't lie, but it doesn't explain either. You find yourself asking, why does this outfit feel off? Why do I look heavier or shorter or older than I actually am? You're not alone. For women after 55, fashion becomes less about following trends and more about expressing confidence, ease, and quiet sophistication. But even the most elegant pieces, like a midi skirt, can work against us when we don't style them thoughtfully. In today's video, we're diving deep into the 7 most common midi skirt mistakes that could be unintentionally aging your look. But don't worry, this isn't about judgment. It's about awareness, empowerment, and discovering the simple tweaks that can make a huge difference. We'll talk about proportions, fabrics, waist definition, shoes, and more. I'll also share style hacks specifically designed for mature women, so you not only look amazing, but feel it. You'll see how small changes can take your outfit from meh to marvelous. How one skirt, styled the right way, can elongate your frame, soften your silhouette, and make you look vibrant, not dated. So whether you're dressing for brunch, church errands, or a romantic dinner, you'll learn how to wear midi skirts in ways that feel elevated, youthful, and entirely you. And if you've ever wondered why certain skirts seem to swallow your figure, or why your go-to outfit suddenly feels frumpy, you'll find the answers here. Because anti-aging fashion isn't about looking like someone else. It's about dressing in a way that reflects the best version of you, today. Stay with me until the end, because I saved the most common and surprisingly overlooked mistake for last. It's one that many stylish women still make, and once you see it, you'll never look at your favorite midi skirt the same way again. Ready to begin? Let's uncover the first mistake together. Let's start with one of the most silent but powerful style mistakes, wearing a midi skirt that hits at the wrong length. Now, the word midi sounds safe, like a universal solution for modest, mature style. But here's the catch. Not all midi lengths are created equal, and when the hem hits your leg in the wrong place, it can completely throw off your proportions. A common problem, the skirt ends right at the widest part of the calf. It cuts the leg visually in half, making you look shorter and stockier than you are, especially if you're petite or no longer have the defined ankles you once did. You may feel like you're doing everything right, choosing soft colors, a lovely shape, even a beautiful blouse to match. But if that hemline lands a few inches too low, it drags the eye down. It shortens your silhouette, and worst of all, it dulls the elegance of everything else you're wearing. So where should your midi skirt end? Here's the sweet spot, just below the knee or just above the ankle, right where your leg begins to narrow. This creates a sense of lift, elongating the leg, softening the lower half of the body, and adding grace to your movement. Think of it like this. Your skirt is a frame, and your calves and ankles, they're the art. When the frame hides the best parts of the picture, the whole image feels unfinished. But when the frame complements the shape, it sings. If you're unsure, try this little trick. Stand in front of a mirror and slowly roll or pin the hem up an inch at a time. Notice when your legs suddenly look longer. That's your magic length. And if tailoring feels like a hassle, look for skirts with side slits or asymmetric hems. They add movement and draw the eye vertically, which naturally helps with proportion. Remember, anti-aging fashion isn't just about what you wear, it's how it frames you. Once your hemline works with your figure instead of against it, the entire outfit feels lifted, like a subtle glow from within. Now that we've tackled the length, let's move to what's underneath the skirt, because the wrong shoes can undo everything you've just fixed. You've got the perfect midi skirt. The fabric flows, the length flatters, and you feel confident. But something still feels off. Chances are, it's the shoes. Shoes can make or break a midi skirt look, especially after 55. Why? Because midi skirts hit at that tricky mid-calf zone. It already shortens the visible length of your legs. And when you pair that with the wrong shoes, like bulky sneakers, heavy flats, or overly strappy sandals, it can weigh the whole outfit down and visually pull your silhouette to the ground. Even elegant outfits can lose their lightness if the shoe isn't pulling its weight, literally. Let's talk about what doesn't work first. Chunky athletic shoes with thick soles, too much contrast. Ankle strap shoes with wide bands. They cut the leg off at the ankle. Flat ballerina shoes. They offer no lift or line. Now, this doesn't mean you need high heels to look elevated, but you do want shoes that elongate the leg and balance the skirt's flow. Think pointed toe flats, nude tone loafers, low block heels, or sleek ankle boots. These styles don't just offer comfort, they give structure, polish, and a sense of upward movement. Here's a visual tip. Your shoes should continue the line of your leg. When the eye flows smoothly from calf to toe, it tricks the mind into seeing a longer, leaner frame. Another secret? Match the color of your shoes to your skin tone or the hemline of your skirt. This eliminates hard breaks in color and keeps the focus upward on your outfit and your face. And don't underestimate the power of texture. Soft suede, smooth leather, or a gentle metallic can add elegance without overwhelming your look. Many women over 55 prioritize comfort, and rightly so. But comfort doesn't have to mean compromise. With the right pair of shoes, your midi skirt transforms from fine to fabulous. It's a quiet shift, but it changes everything. How you stand, how you walk, and how people see you. So next time you slip on a skirt, don't just ask, do these shoes match? Ask, do they lift me? Now that your base is balanced, let's talk about what your skirt is made of, because the wrong fabric can add years, even when the shape is right. Let's talk about something that often gets overlooked, the fabric of your midi skirt. You can have the perfect length, you can wear the right shoes, but if the fabric is stiff, heavy, or bulky, your whole outfit can still fall flat. And worse, it can add unnecessary volume, making you look wider and older than you are. Some fabrics sit on the body like armor. They don't move, they don't drape, and they don't flatter. They create harsh lines instead of gentle curves. Think thick cotton canvas, rigid denim, or overly textured tweed. These materials can make the skirt balloon around the hips or stiffen at the bottom, giving off a boxy, outdated vibe. What we want, especially as we age, is flow, softness, and movement. Fabrics that glide, not fight. Lightweight materials like silk blends, soft crepe, viscose, or high-quality jersey can skim over the body without clinging or stiffening. They follow your shape gracefully without exaggerating it. And they respond to light and motion, adding a sense of elegance with every step. If you live in a cooler climate and want something with more structure, go for drapey wool, modal blends, or soft ponte knit, materials that offer weight without stiffness. Another visual trick: avoid anything too shiny or too matte. Excess shine can highlight areas you don't want to draw attention to. Ultra matte fabrics can look dull or heavy. Instead, look for subtle texture and a gentle finish, something that catches light just enough to feel alive. The truth is, anti-aging fashion isn't about hiding your body. It's about letting your clothing support and celebrate it. So next time you try on a midi skirt, don't just look in the mirror. Move, walk, sit. Watch how the fabric behaves. Does it flow with you? Or does it stiffen and stand apart? Because when the fabric moves with your body, you don't just look younger, you feel more at ease, more elegant, more you. Now that we've lightened the material, let's take a closer look at the waistline, because ignoring it might be the sneakiest mistake of all. There's one detail that quietly transforms a midi skirt from shapeless to stunning, and that's the waistline. Yet so many women over 55 forget it or avoid it entirely. Maybe you've told yourself, I don't have a defined waist anymore. Or, it's more comfortable to wear loose tops. Why bother tucking in? I understand. Truly, comfort matters. But here's the gentle truth. When you skip the waist, you often skip the most flattering part of your shape. You see, as we age, our bodies shift. Waists soften. Curves change. But that doesn't mean we should hide them under oversized tops or boxy sweaters. That only adds volume and makes the body appear larger and less proportioned. When you define your waist just a little, your silhouette comes back to life. Even a soft, relaxed waistline creates structure. It gives the eye an anchor point, and it creates a feminine shape that feels youthful, graceful, and intentional. So, how do you bring back your waist without discomfort or restriction? Here are a few anti-aging dressing tips. Try a gentle half tuck, just the front of your blouse into the waistband. Add a thin, soft belt in a neutral tone to create visual separation. Choose wrap-style skirts or midi skirts with built-in ties that draw the eye inward. Opt for blouses with darts, peplum shapes, or knotted fronts. They hint at the waist even without showing it fully. And here's something women often forget. You don't have to show skin to define shape. A well-balanced outfit gives the illusion of a defined waist, even if you feel like yours has disappeared. Think of it this way. The waistline is the gentle pause between top and bottom. It tells the eye, this is where beauty begins again. Once you start honoring that space, no matter your body type, your clothes feel tailored, not random. And that quiet polish, it's the secret to looking effortlessly elegant. So don't fear the waist. Embrace it in your own way, because when you do, your confidence rises with it. And speaking of rising, let's talk about something that can pull your whole look down fast, the wrong print or pattern. A beautiful midi skirt isn't just about shape or fabric, it's also about what's on it. Because, let's be honest, the wrong print can age you faster than any wrinkle. You might find a skirt in your favorite colors, the fit feels right, and the fabric flows. But if the pattern screams outdated, the entire outfit can fall flat. So what makes a print look aging instead of elegant? Let's start with the usual suspects. Tiny, fussy florals that look like old wallpaper. Loud, chaotic patterns with too many competing colors. Overly bright neons or washed-out pastels that lack richness. Cartoonish motifs or seasonal gimmicks that feel costumey, not classic. These choices can unintentionally signal trying too hard or stuck in the past, and that's not the message we want our clothes to send. Anti-aging fashion is about refinement. It's about letting color and pattern support you, not overshadow you. So what should you look for instead? Choose prints that feel intentional and artful. Larger florals with space to breathe. Subtle abstract patterns in muted or tonal palettes. Soft geometric designs that offer structure without overwhelm. And let's talk about color for a moment. As we mature, our skin tone changes. We lose contrast and warmth, which means some colors that used to flatter us now feel flat. The key is to pick rich, grounded tones that bring light to your face. Think olive green, slate blue, warm taupe, burgundy, ivory, or deep teal. Avoid anything overly stark, like bright white or jet black, unless it's balanced with softer elements. If you love prints but feel overwhelmed by them, try this trick. Keep the pattern on the skirt and pair it with a solid, elegant top. This keeps the focus grounded and lets your face and confidence shine. The goal isn't to look trendy or loud, it's to look alive, present, expressive, and quietly powerful. Because when your skirt tells the right visual story, people don't just see your outfit, they see you. Now that we've refined the fabric and the print, let's look at how your top plays into the full equation, because even the perfect skirt can be undone by the wrong blouse. You've taken the time to choose a lovely midi skirt. The length is flattering, the fabric flows, the print feels modern and soft. But then you throw on a top that's too long or too oversized, and suddenly something feels off. You can't quite explain it, but the shape you saw in the mirror just disappeared. That's because even the most elegant skirt can be completely overwhelmed by the wrong top. Here's what often happens. You wear a tunic-length blouse that covers the waistband and most of the skirt, or you choose a flowy, oversized sweater to hide the midsection. Or worse, you combine a wide top with a voluminous skirt and lose all sense of proportion. The result? A boxy, shapeless silhouette that can swallow your frame, making you appear shorter, heavier, and older. And that's the opposite of what we want. At its best, proportional dressing over 60 is about balance. The eye should move smoothly from top to bottom, not get stuck in fabric that hides your natural lines. And so, how do you fix this? You don't need tight clothing, just thoughtful contrast. If your midi skirt has volume, pair it with a fitted or softly structured top. If your top has flow, tuck it gently into the waistband or use a French tuck, just the front half. Look for tops that hit right at your hip bone or slightly above the waistband. They visually lift your center and define your shape. Structured blouses, cropped cardigans, lightweight sweaters that nip at the waist. These are your friends. And don't forget the power of layering. A well-cut blazer, a soft denim jacket, or even a scarf draped just right can frame your top half and create vertical lines. The goal isn't to show more, it's to reveal the right amount of shape. To say, with subtlety, this is my body, and I'm proud of it, just as it is. Because when the balance is right, you don't just look polished, you feel in control. And when that confidence radiates, it doesn't matter what you're wearing on the outside. That said, where you're wearing your outfit matters too. Let's explore why even a gorgeous midi look can fall flat when it's not dressed for the right occasion. Style isn't just about what you wear, it's also about when and where you wear it. You might have the most beautiful midi skirt in your closet. The color suits you. The fabric feels like a dream. You've styled it with flattering shoes, a defined waist, and a balanced top. But if you wear it to the wrong occasion, even the most elegant look can feel out of place. And that disconnect, it doesn't just affect how others see you, it affects how you feel in your clothes. Maybe you've experienced it before. Wearing a full satin midi with heels to a casual lunch and feeling like you showed up to the wrong party, or tossing on a cotton tiered midi to a dinner date, only to realize it looks more farmer's market than refined. Style confidence comes from harmony between your outfit and your environment. That doesn't mean you have to limit yourself. It means learning to read the mood of the moment and dressing with intention. Here's a simple style guide for older women when it comes to midi skirts and occasion dressing. Everyday errands or brunch. Pair a soft jersey or cotton midi with crisp sneakers or flat loafers, a tucked-in tee, and a lightweight cardigan. Church, gallery visits, or afternoon tea. Opt for a structured A-line midi in a subtle print, with low heels and a blouse or knit top that defines your frame. Evening dinner or special event. Elevate with silk or satin, midi skirts paired with heeled mules, a statement blouse, and delicate accessories. When in doubt, think of intentional contrast. If the skirt is casual, elevate it slightly with polish. If it's dressy, ground it with simplicity. This keeps your style elegant, not overdone. One more tip. Carry yourself with the grace of someone who knows she belongs exactly where she is. Because the truth is, style isn't about fitting in, it's about feeling at home in your clothes. Once you learn how to align your outfit with the occasion, you don't just dress well. You communicate presence, wisdom, and timeless ease. And really, isn't that what elegant fashion after 55 is all about? Now that we've uncovered the most common midi skirt mistakes, let's take a deep breath and wrap it all up in a soft, empowering ending. So let's take a moment to look back. What did we really discover today? That midi skirts, when chosen and styled with care, can be one of the most elegant, timeless pieces in your wardrobe, but like all beautiful things, they require balance. Length matters, shoes matter, fabric and fit and color and proportion, they all work together to tell a story, your story. Because fashion, especially after 55, isn't about chasing trends. It's about feeling seen, strong, and soft all at once. And the truth is, none of us want to feel invisible. We want to walk into a room, whether it's a grocery store or a birthday dinner, and feel like we belong in our clothes, like we chose this outfit, not just grabbed what was convenient. Each small tweak you make, a tucked-in blouse, a more flattering hem, a lighter fabric, a cleaner silhouette, is a step toward something bigger. Not just looking younger, but feeling more like yourself. That's the heart of anti-aging fashion. It's not about erasing the years. It's about honoring every chapter you've lived and dressing in a way that reflects the wisdom, grace, and light you carry. So the next time you slip on a midi skirt, ask yourself not just, does this fit, but does this reflect the woman I've become? Because when your outfit whispers confidence, your presence speaks volumes. And remember, elegance doesn't shout. It's quiet. It's refined. It's the way you move, the way you style, the way you glow without needing to explain yourself. If this video made you feel more inspired, more in control of your style, I'd love for you to join me in the next one, where we'll talk about 5 elegant blouses every woman over 55 should own and how to wear them with grace and ease. Until then, keep celebrating your beauty, keep dressing with intention, and never underestimate the power of a well-styled skirt. Your age is not a limitation, it's your secret weapon.